Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 1. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bare twins, and none is barren among them. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of a pomegranate within thy locks. Who is the author, presumably Solomon, talking about? He is talking about the physical appearance of his bride. Yes, this woman had locks like majority of the Israelites. We have the same phenotypes as the Hamite, but we are our own nation. Our hair gets nappy. Let's fast forward to show you he's talking about the woman. Chapter 4, verse 5. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. He's talking about his woman. It's all a poem to this woman. And you're thinking, okay, the woman had locks. But let me show you, the men had locks as well. This was just the thing. We wore our natural hair, and our hair would lock up. Let's go to Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 10. My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. So now we're changing the perception to this being a woman now. She said, my beloved is white and ruddy. Now, white is a metaphor for his pureness. You know what I'm saying? Because as you can see, when it says his head is as the most fine gold, his head isn't gold. His head isn't gold. But they're talking about either his jewelry, his crown that he's wearing, or it could be another metaphor. So no, he's not white, because if you go to another verse in Song of Solomon, he will say, I am black but comely. But we're going to go to that. But let me show you. She said, his head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the rivers of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices, as sweet flowers, his lips like lilies. So this is all similes and metaphors. But let me show you when he says, I am black but comely. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. We're going to stop right there. So he's black and white. So as you can see, we can perceive these different ways. But one thing we can confirm, he has locks and she has locks. One more verse in the Song of Solomon talking about locks. Let's go. Here is another verse of Solomon using a metaphor to describe his bride. And we could presume that he likes pomegranates. So let's start at 5. No, Song of Solomon chapter 6 verse 5. Turn away thine eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Gilead. Thy teeth are as a flock of sheep, which go up from the washing, whereof every one beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. As a piece of a pomegranate are thy temples within thy locks. That's him describing this woman. Let's fast forward. That's not it. See, I'm leaving out Samson and his locks, because everybody knows Samson had locks, but I'm showing you other verses of other people, other Israelites with locks. We'll go to Samson last, but let's go. This is talking about the Levites that did not go astray from the Most High like the other Israelites and the other Levites as well. He was blessing them, showing them that they could wear certain things that the other Levites can't wear. They are more holy, and they will show themselves more holy than the other Levites. But one thing they had to do pertaining to their hair. Let's go. Let's see. Ezekiel 44 verse 20. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long. They shall only poll their heads. You see, they couldn't grow their locks too long. Locks. We can talk about the verse, but I'm trying to show you. Dreadlocks. They had locks. Another verse. Numbers chapter 6 verse 5. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separateth himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. This is from the vow of the Nazarite. Yes, you can be a Nazarite of any tribe of Israel, but who has the locks? Which nation has the locks? Which type of person has locks? Naturally, the Negro. My skin tone, my complexion, darker or lighter. These were the Nazarites. These were the people with locks. And let's end it with the one that everybody should know by now. Judges chapter 16 verse 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. So to tie his locks up in some sort of fashion, some way tying his locks up. He's telling her this because she keeps nagging him, where is your strength? How are you so strong? And he said, if you tie my locks up in some way, I'll be like a regular man. And let's go to the one where he told her everything. Let's see his demise, actually. Because remember, I was talking about Nazarites. Samson was a Nazarite from the tribe of Dan. He had locks. But remember, the Levites had locks. Solomon and his woman, Solomon was from the tribe of Judah. Solomon had locks. But let's read Judges chapter 16 verse 17. That he told her all his heart and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. Let's go to 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. Dreadlocks.